Aaron Black in competitive Mortal Kombat these days, because I mean, let's face it, there's a bunch of other characters that are better. But when you have someone that's been playing a character for so long and generally able to adapt them to the given meta, the given situation of like how the game evolves, Josh is definitely that kind of player who's introducing things that, you know, like that have potential, like down Peacemaker being a really big part of his game plan and a really excellent special as well. But that big call out, the neutral jump kick right away from Murko, who has the flame buff active, he's going to get a nice little bit of extra damage on that confirm as well. Has a nice health lead, cheeky stuff.
God, that mix. It may as well be unblockable when Scorpion does that forward 4 into low interactable.
It may as well, yeah.
What a start to the round. No, that back 3. Not much Josh can do to challenge that. Will be Scorpion getting that first round on the board. Murko, one thing that we haven't touched on, which is always prominent, when you're on the loser side, you've got that reset. You have all of the momentum on your side.
Yeah, no, Josh also using one of Aaron Black's best buttons, in my opinion, that sweep. Being ever so good, great whiff punish right there, sitting out the acid, knocking Murko towards the corner. Now his forward throw, not really going to matter too much to Josh, but what comes afterwards could be dangerous. Challenge straight away, throwing down the acid just in case there was a break. Really good decision making right there from Josh, but Murko forced off one of those bars. If he gets opened up right now with that 2-on-2-on-2 KB, that's going to hurt quite a bit. Speaking of, oh, didn't want to spend it. Josh holding it for the last round, maybe.
Oh, and you're so worried about the counter toss that you immediately get caught by the mid. And that final shot's going to do it to bring us one round apiece. Josh really seems like the kind of player that is known for saving that 2-on-2-on-2 until like the final round where it matters the most, puts on the most pressure. In some cases, just get that breakaway, all important. Speaking of KB, bang, forward throw.
Now Murko's used that to apply the bleed early on, you know, establish a bit of a health lead moving forwards. He has the burning spear active as well. But right now, I mean, having used that KB, he doesn't have that for the game closing situation. But another KB to start things off. Josh forced off that breakaway.
Oh,
what?
The back. He got caught pressing buttons. Murko tried to go for something.
My goodness. I mean, when do you ever see that?
Oh, the interruption. That's gonna hurt so much.
Stand for a fatal. Yeah. Now he's not gonna die here, is he, Ketchup? But he's gonna be really close to it. And I'm pretty sure I'm feeling a helport cancel straight away on wake up.
I mean, it's kind of predictable though. Josh will be ready for it. This is a hard position to make.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Right. You said there's gonna be a teleport. I said, nah, it's too obvious. Josh goes, yeah, it's too obvious. Let me scud shot. Murko goes, I know you're going to do something straight away, so I'm going to do it because it's so obvious, you don't think I'm going to do it. And now we're sitting here going, damn, that was obvious.
We are so far into the onion, like, it is ridiculous. The layers just keep going on.
It's back to a bulb. It's back to a simple bulb.
It is nothing more than simply a thought to the farmer. But at this point, I mean, Murko did exactly what he needed to do. I feel like Josh tried to catch him if he did try and go for an instant teleport. Like, he tried to get the scud shot to connect just in that moment where Scorpion's leaving the screen, but it didn't work out for him and ultimately just cost him the game. So we're going to see him switch over to Johnny Cage. He does play quite a fair bit of Johnny Cage, you know, on the side. And he's got a pretty good one, but obviously, you know, I guess this is more of a comfort pick. He's rocking that Rising Star, pissed off, throwing shades. So pretty much what we would expect from an ultimate Johnny Cage in the custom environment. Having, you know, unbreakable damage, really practical armor breaker, good confirms. Rising Star in general being a very applicable special. But this is now going to be a very poke-heavy game between both these players.
Just a scratch.
Oh, we open up with an anti-air projectile already, man. Just not land on it. But starting off strong here is Murko. The 1-2-1, the Rising Star as well. Josh, not known as a Johnny Cage player, but has always had a very effective cage in the back pocket.
Oh yeah, for sure. Look at him just weaving in and out, fishing for Murko's pokes, looking out for any habits that Murko has as a player. And right there, great confirm. Calls out that breakaway as well with the pissed off. Low profiled on that jump 2 and a down 2 from Murko, letting it rock right there. Disrespectful gameplay, but definitely working out for him.
No, we get the KB and the bleed begins. Waiting for some kind of option. Josh first, not quite gonna pull the trigger on it, especially on that low. Doesn't want to go for the cancel until it will secure, and in this case, it absolutely will. There's actually a breaker for Murko as well, so that's probably gonna be it.
Yeah, and I mean, even if he did, he wasn't gonna be able to break to like 40%. And at that point, is it really worth spending it? Josh clutching out that round, the throwing shades KB, very, very effective. And right there, unbreakable 21% using that 1-2-1 into the pissed off. Counter hit on the back 1-4, straight away from Murko. He's gonna get the knockdown over here at mid screen. Dashing up and a clean whiff punish right there from Josh. Dash up pissed off, oh yeah.
Any character that can play that solid game of neutral will help out Josh quite considerably. The Aaron Black was solid for it in the first place, but then you look at the Fujin, you look at the Johnny Cage. These characters all make perfect sense. The Scarlet, oh, letting the whole string go because there's no meter. Yo, short hops. I forgot what Cage's short hop even looked like, I'm gonna be honest.
You just never see it, yeah. Okay, and I like that, just being really patient, not getting antsy with the plus frames. Said you down 2K, you down 2 brutaled me, you got the nut punch brutal, and that one looks, I mean, that's a heightened level of disrespect, because you look goofy. It looks like Quan just hit you with the Deadly Alliance fatality.
I was just about to say it looks like a neck stretch, doesn't it? Oh, have you ever hit that fatality on people with long hair?
I don't even...
Their hair gets all messed up.
I can only imagine after you giraffe them. You know, fun fact, that was the only fatality I was allowed to do when I was younger, because it didn't have any blood in it.
Oh, it looks so. Yeah, we could talk for hours about the next
nostalgia trip over it. But honestly, this
fatality that the team definitely want us to forget.
But in reality, it's just immortalized. And over here, I mean, this pick to Johnny Cage just seemed really comfortable for Josh. Now he's really just, you know, kind of, he's literally just playing neutral, isn't he? He's playing just complete footsies. He's using the projectile at ranges where it's harder for Murko to try and react to them because of how fast straight force ball is. And he's just playing around that, you know, he's baiting the counter pokes, looking for the back throw with punishes, looking for the forward threes. We had some really good callouts on the armor breaks with pissed off. Generally seems quite, honestly, comfortable in this matchup.
It's part of having confidence with multiple characters, right? Like Cage being a bit more assertive, I think, in this kind of a match. For that back three will add up eventually. Not so punishing at the very beginning of the round, but piece by piece. Down 4 game. Down 4 is always meaning a lot, I think, against Johnny Cage. Oh, hang on a minute.
Trading the plus brings up max range on that up to just about clipping, but a little too far out to get it confirmed, it seems, from Murko. Oh, the punish didn't commit, though.
Uh-oh. Going for some kind of hard call-out on Wake Up. However, no counter hit, so it could be a lot worse.
Okay, tried to challenge on that +1. Josh wasn't ready for the whip punish right there. The back 3-4 gonna connect. The throwing shades. He is gonna use it. Now Murko might not get a chance to break over here. Oh, never mind. Oh, that was sick.
Cheeky. Cheeky stuff. Falcon, what was that?
He gave Murko the false hope that he was allowed to break. That was nutty.
That was a psych, you thought.
It really was. Clean counter hit right there. Drops the combo. Not even gonna matter. At this point, the mental damage is already starting to take its toll on Murko. Using that stand 2 confirms the 1-1 as well for the teleport. Josh forced off that breakaway. He is in the corner. He's gonna be eating these overheads just a bit, but the air to are gonna alleviate some of that pressure.
Now dropping that corner combo, a bit more punishing than one might expect, I think, because losing the positioning, losing the damage, that knockdown would have been momentum, maybe a chance for Murko to wake up. Losing that defensive bar, you know, we're now back to that mid-screen, and this is a position that Murko would much rather be in. Gotta give props to that insane bait that we saw in the corner last time. Lovely flawless block on that up too. Here we go. Ouch. The standing situation into the buff spear.
And just about held on to that spear buff long enough to cash out on the 16% from the throw. The jump kick, Josh clearly trying to get a full combo conversion over there instead. Okay, risky teleport in from Murko. Is looking to close the space, gets the whiff punish. Josh overcommitting just a little bit, not able to challenge on the back 3 whiff, though the recovery is a little too, oh my god, the whiff punish!
Wait a minute, that always does more damage than you might expect.
I think he's dead. Back 3-4 fatal does not scale very much at all. It's so close to death.
Oh, there was 1% in it. 1%.
Oh my goodness. I feel like Josh had to poke there or flawless block the, or just duck the teleport, right? That was such a scary situation to be in. Murko just about got that round for himself. Tied rounds over here in game number 3 of Grand Finals.
Okay, we get that initial grab. This has been such an explosive Grand Finals already. Oh,
Good for Josh as well. Using that back throw as well, not only gave him the corner position, but also wore down that burning spear quite a lot, and it's time. A dash up down 3.
Always watch out for that neutral jump kick from Murko, because you know there's a spear option select on the other side of it.
Remember, Josh could have gotten a fair bit more damage over there had he committed to a bigger punish in that situation off of blocking the up 2. Murko now has another chance. Josh slowly being whittled down towards that fatal blow territory, but a great jump kick OS.
Always got it. Locked and loaded. I wonder if that down one was meant to be a pissed off afterwards. Oh,
I think so.
Rock. That's going to be the game.
Yeah, Murko getting a little bit ahead of himself. 2 rounds in a row this game. JoshTQ now only needs one more win to take this grand finals of week number 6 over here at the EU West Pro Comp. But Murko, I mean, he's so close in each of these games. He's just really committing to those teleports. And I worry that because it gave him success in that first game, if he's getting a little bit ahead of himself, you know, getting a little bit too eager with it, thinking it's really going to work because people, you know, would just get clipped by it, trying to do something or kind of, instinctually trying to take advantage of the Yoki, but it hasn't worked out for him in both those rounds.
This situation, that final play, Murko, the teleport, I mean, it is that double-edged sword so far. It's won him rounds, it's lost him games. Are we going to see that continue? He's playing with these guttural reads. And unfortunately, there's been a couple of instances where a teleport that was just, a couple of seconds too hasty, perhaps. It just hasn't quite worked out for him, but JoshTQ, all the props in the world for being able to keep this kind of character in your back pocket still to this level of excellence. Always been one of his best characters, but you rarely see it in tournament, that Johnny Cage. You know, normally the Johnny Cage player in the family normally belongs to a video game show, right? But
yeah,
talent runs in the family.
That it does. And I suppose when you have a player of video games Yo's caliber, you might have actually shown Josh the ropes with Johnny Cage, or could have been vice versa, you know, for all we know. But at the same time, you know, Murko getting a very clean opening hit right here. 325, kept standing, goes for that back 3 for the knockdown. Josh now, he's going to get the opening up with that 1-2-1. Murko probably fighting on the shimmy right there. And using the force balls, just creating a little bit of space. But you're seeing a lot of down 4s coming up from Murko. He's trying to challenge Josh on the approach, right? Make it really hard for Johnny, who isn't a character with, you know, the luxury of applicable mids that he could just use like that. So making it also hard to just be whiff punished in that sense. Oh my god, that micro duck was as micro as it gets, catch up.
I think I barely saw it start up right there.
Fight.
This 2-1 position. Remember those. Josh, if you win this game, that's it. The tournament's over. So Murko, considerable amount of work left to do. Need to somehow stop this momentum that the Cage has been working on. Josh is looking great at the moment. That downward rising star has been a problem all series long for Murko.
And he has the 1-1-2 backing off perfectly.
Ooh, that was risky. Murko didn't have the meter to cancel that one. Had to believe in the heart of the cards. Lovely anti-air.
Both players comfortably playing neutral at the moment. You know, they don't need to overextend right there. Josh getting a little bit ahead of himself, using that back 3 in the neutral. Murko ready for it. Goes for the neutral jump. He gets a big damage cash out reward for that. 31% and the corner positioning. Now Josh has that fatal blow to work with. No stranger to comebacks. We've been saying this before. +1. Choosing to respect because Murko did challenge last time. Really waiting it out and trying to find that moment. Murko staggering a lot, but that right there.
Oh my god. Unbreakable win. The unbreakable combo here. Throwing shade. Such a good move. Bringing JoshTQ with fatal blows still in hand onto the tournament point for this latest edition of Pro Competition Intercontinental Combat.
Josh just weaving in and out to bait Murko and pressing all these buttons. The 1-2-4, there was not a confirm. He's still going to take some raw damage. What spacing? The 1-2-1 shadow kick, knocking towards the corner. Staggers right here for Murko. Gets a punish on the counter poke. Stand forward teleport. He's going to get the corner reposition. No, he's not. Didn't want to overcommit just because of the break. And the escape failed. Going to help him out in this last round situation.
Back-to-back pokes. The grab is great. A good start. Both players definitely going to lose half their life, especially off the back of this bleed. Crushing blow. Landing. Oh my good lord. Back to back. The dream lives for Murko fans because he takes another game. We want a swift tournament point. Just like that now. For game 5. Are we going to get a reset or is the tournament going to come to an end?
It's been really, really back and forth between both these players. That was really in, you know, the clutches of Josh before. Then in that final round, Murko did exactly what Josh did to him earlier on in the set and kind of steamroll him, you know, just run the momentum. That's exactly what happened. And now we are at that kind of pivotal point of the grand finals where we could potentially be seeing a reset. And given how EU East went on earlier, we know what the morale damage it can do to the person who is in winners who has that bracket reset against them. But generally speaking, I think Reg has been playing pretty out of his mind with Johnny so far, so seeing him stick with the character is no surprise to me.
Right. Do or die for Murko. We're either going to have a reset bracket or a tournament conclusion. This is always the crazy moment because either we're finished or we've only just hit the halfway point, and every opportunity post-reset to have another game 5 with how these two players have been rocking it. But Murko inching out that last round, Falcon. This is always the crazy point where Murko's like, I think his just resilience in tournament really shines in this kind of setup. How many times has he reset a bracket, brought us into a game 5 post-reset, last round post-reset?
Yeah, I mean,
he wins a tournament. Like, this guy's nerves are
he really just kind of goes at it, doesn't he? Just does his thing, and right here, I mean, he's getting some big damage on the board for himself. He has a pretty nice health lead over Josh at the moment. He still has that throw KB. Wow, the max range teleport being a little bit too far out for that 1-2 punish from Josh. He was looking out for it, tried to go for it. And Murko kind of, you know, he's preemptively jumping as well, you know, he's fishing for anything but that
intentional. Down 2 out of nowhere. Plus frames on the 2-1 being challenged. Yo, Murko, slippery stuff all the way. Hang on a minute. He's going to be on a reset point right here. JoshTQ. 2 rounds straight if he wants to win this. With punish, not quite. A bit late. Oh!
Okay, forced off the breakaway. That's a good situation for Josh, you know, not taking too much more damage. He is going to be forced off that defensive bar. Won't have the ability to use Rising Star as he might like to, but that standing 4 counter hit on the approach. Murko definitely cashing out, spending all of it right now for almost 40%.
Ooh. A lot of patience being shown here. Forward to stag on some more lovely throw tech. Waiting for a teleport out the corner. Always waiting. I think that was a teleport attempt right there. I'm pretty sure I saw the startup. Not that it matters.
You might be right.
Duck.
DOS right there into the shadow kick is going to knock Murko towards the corner. Keeps him standing with the force ball as the 1-2-1. Murko not biting this time, but into the pissed off. He definitely bit that time. The armor break coming in very, very handy for Josh right there. As Murko now, he has the fatal blow. One successful.
He lets it rock. Oh my good God, he let it rock. That is unbelievable. That was the round on the silver plate. There's no way Josh was ready for it. Another neutral. Oh, what? He walks into the grab. That could not have been part of the plan. And, oh.
I think he just got grabbed out the forward 4.
I think he did. What a blunder.
Oh my goodness, and very narrowly, Murko managing to reset the bracket over here. You can never truly count this guy out. He just comes out of nowhere and starts. I feel like he plays better when he's at a deficit or a disadvantage, right? When he's the underdog.
Man got thrown out of a button into brutality, into thank you, mate. I will reset this bracket, please. And now we go again.
That would genuinely put me on a cement-based diet for a whole month.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, something like that is rough.
To the Aaron Black.
I mean, he had a lot of success with Aaron Black earlier on. Generally speaking, it's like, I wonder how Scudshot is like very applicable in the neutral. I guess it's just really a neutral assistance tool, right? Like you can't really use it in many other ways against Scorpion specifically, but it does still open up the option of, you know, kind of allowing Murko to teleport in on him. Yeah, Scudshot, Cattle Toss, down Peacemaker, the exact same loadout that we were seeing before. We are at that reset, so now we are back at 0-0 between both these players. It's going to be the winner of this set is going to be winning week number 6 over here at the Intercontinental EU West.
But I think it's a fitting grand finals to happen between Murko and JoshTQ. These have been often the 2 most dominant players that we've been seeing on a regular basis here, but we're going straight back in for the Aaron Black. 20 cage, it was a worthy attempt, it nearly worked, nearly did the job. With this acid, extra damage, just for cherry on top. Going back into that grab game to establish. But now, will the Aaron Black be that secret? We saw one loss as Aaron Black and then a change. So we didn't really get to see much of this character in grand finals.
Yeah, right now, clean whip
punish.
punish. That was pixel perfect right there from Josh, who put out the acid. Oh, got clipped by the spear. I'm surprised it wasn't far enough to trigger the crushing blow.
Wait a minute. Let's afford to take a grab or two here. Now this one, not enough to write home about, but can't survive a grab anymore. And there's the forward for Murko. Brings it in.
Murko's momentum has been nigh unstoppable. The moment that you have him backed against a wall, he's just been able to clutch out these situations so well. And Josh right now might be losing a little bit of that momentum, but definitely playing as solid as ever. Just kind of losing those tiny, tiny moments.
I get nervous when Murko does nothing.
Yeah, for real.
Doing something that when he doesn't move, you know, he's just looking for something to react to.
Oh, you know, great movement right there from Josh. Completely understanding the space. Ends in that amplified cattle toss. Throw it on the acid. Murko cannot approach you now. You have to sit inside it. That's all he needs to do.
Hang on a minute.
Oh no, what's Josh doing right here? Forced off the breakaway.
Dash and grab. Everything is being done right. What is going on here? The fatal blow is ready. The wake up dash in, down 4,
My
down
goodness.
3.
I mean, I like it. At that point, you really... I think it's something so aggressive and unpredictable in a situation where I guess Murko might expect Josh to respect him, but he just decides to let it rock, and it worked out for him. Flawless spot reversal right there. Up 2 keeps him standing. No, he's not. He's going to spin that 2-1-2 KB. Burn away at Josh's health bar, but gets shimmied by the 2-1-2 string.
Fighting this hard for just game 1. This is the post-reset things taking place. 4-3 being expected, the first block, but hang on a second. There's a counter hit. Josh forced to use every ounce of the meter. We're just about to build one offense, but that's all we have to work with.
Is the forward dash out the corner. Gets the launch. Yeah, uses that in case there's going to be a breakaway. Really good decision. Even though Murko didn't break, it's still going to be a lot of raw damage that he has to hold.
Now what next?
Okay, that was so nerve-wracking.
Oh my god! There's just something about the full screen Scorpion Spear that always works. I'm pretty sure it's got like 100% hit rate in pro competition, open series, whatever. I'm full screen, I'm Scorpion, I throw Spear. Ooh, you eat it. May as well be unblockable.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say that. I may as well be unblockable. It's just one of those moves that people get hit by, right? Murko, I mean, he's really just been clawing his way through making these games, you know, these count. These little things just count so much and kind of just catching people, you know, sleeping in neutral, so to speak, where they're getting caught by spears. You know, it was happening with Macran, it's happening with Josh, and I'm kind of worried in the sense that, like, of the mental damage it can apply to the person on the receiving end of that, as Murko's starting to build up a lot of the momentum and start snowballing his way through grand finals.
Scorpion. Aaron
Right back into the same matchup. Reality was that, by all means, should have been Josh's game to win, but somehow Murko, I said earlier in today's tournament, he has this uncanny way of always being in the fight no matter what. Both players, in fact, have that characteristic, I think, in tournament. Only fitting they go head-to-head now, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. And on this reset, I mean, Murko is looking super, super strong. But not to say that ШИRАЙ-РЮ isn't. It's like, it's just, once again, like this entire top 8, it's just coming down to those final decisions. The absolute tightest games we could possibly ask for. Gets the cattle toss over here. He's going to get 18% because he spent the bar. 17, sorry. Using that down peacemaker as well. Very useful special move over here in this Aaron loadout. You can see right there the full back 2-string. The throw punish. Little cheeky wave dash up from Murko. Going to get things started for himself.
Oh, there's that immediate interruption. Has been a regular part of this matchup so far. Just knowing that he's going to go for it now. This damage, 17%.
And I like something I need to touch on as well is I like Josh's, you know, use of the cattle toss right here. Just saying, okay, if I'm gonna go for a risk on a throw, that's also a high and also 10 frames, I may as well go for one that gets me 18% or 17% when I spin the bar. But that right there is a free punish. He's definitely cashing out with a crushing blow right here. Gonna spend it, end it right there in the acid. Murko getting caught again, still burning, taking this extra damage right here as his entire health bar has just been confiscated by JoshTQ.
The patience, let the whiffs happen, the immediate neutral jump, keep the whole thing unbreakable. Oh my god, right in the head. Savage.
I mean, that right there was not, that didn't feel like anything like the game prior. Right, Josh was in complete control, but for the whole, like, game. You know, complete control right there. He was able to just instantly challenge, making these big call-outs, instantly challenging Murko on the approach, instantly challenging these helport cancels, forcing him to whiff, getting these free punishes, using the spacing of down Peacemaker to his advantage as well, you know, and generally just being this constantly advancing wall of defense.
Now we will be going straight back into the same picks. No surprises here. One thing I'm a huge fan of is when Josh lands those neutral jumps, those prediction neutral jumps on Brams or whatever, coming straight down with, I think it's a jump too, the one that kind of curls.
I think so, yeah. With
Not
the
going
gun,
in for
right?
a lot of people often go for the jump kick in that situation. They'll option select into something or whatever, but with Josh, it's always just a neutral jump punch, which jails into grounded, unbreakable situations. It's what allowed that win to happen the way that it did.
It's really good understanding.
Everyone do.
That's true. I mean, it's something that's like a very good understanding of his character, you know, being and his general resource management, because he knew that he could cash out on crushing blows, like with the rifle and everything. Flawless plug up to force Murko off that breakaway right over here in this game. And instantly, Josh has now seized a fairly decent health lead to work with as he, look at him just playing on the aggressive at this point now, not letting Murko wanting to play his game as much, throw escape straight away.
Looks like Josh has been quite content so far to just allow the buttons to come through. The break and the respect showing the spear. Oh, speaking of jumping OS. Oh god, that's what hurt. Spend everything. Oh, gets the juggles we're looking for.
Gets that clip half empty as well. It's going to come in handy for him over here in a potential last round in this game. Josh again with the throw escape has not been letting Murko get away with any of those. With the 2-1 confirmed to teleport, he's going to spend all of his cash over here, go for the 4-3-4 knockdown, probably to force the quick rise. And Josh, oh, once again dash out the corner. Murko not ready for the OS this time.
Bit of a scrambly round on the side of Josh. Murko's been just playing at 1,000 miles an hour, and a lot of these evades haven't quite worked out what he's looking for. Not used to seeing that get caught like that. Normally Aaron Black, the master of low profiling basically everything, and a lovely anti-cross-up standing one. Bring us around a piece. Now this is that pivotal round. Who's going to take the lead in the set once more? Post reset, I mean, no losers left.
Yeah, I mean, and this has been incredibly back and forth between both players, right? This is just as even a grand final set as ever. Oh, clean whiff punish right there. Murko utilizing that movement and really just baiting out the punish, baiting out the counter pokes. A clean shimmy right there caught Josh pressing down too. He's going to get 312 damage and the corner positioning right here. Goes for the safe jump attempt. Not going to work out for him.
Those are going to show respect to a jump kick, so that late jump punch just to jail nicely. However, Josh has been able to find a situation here. Doesn't let it rock. A little bit of damage over time on the floor, but not much to write home about just yet. We're getting that crushing blow. Locked and loaded! Oh, God!
Oh, you mentioned it, and Murko delivered right there. Speaking of crushing blow, Josh with the late break! That was so clever!
Oh my god, he has a breakaway on the absolute frame he needed it. And Murko betting it all, but yeah, for sure.
Okay, because that last shot does like sometimes the most pitiful damage in the world. I was wondering if it was going to get scaled and Murko would be alive with like 0.1% health or something, but I mean,
it's ridiculous.
That was excellently calculated right there. Going straight into the KB launcher, straight into the fatal blow. He just knew that like it was going to do enough damage, right? And if Murko broke, well, same result.
Murko going in for the spear because I can only assume that he didn't think the breakaway would happen in time, and the break on the frame Josh needed it was able to punish the spear and win the round. I mean, To be fair, it's a hard decision to make in that situation, but the number one thing you do as Scorpion if you think they're going to break and punish your spear is to not do it. That was just a miscalculation on Murko's part. That was 100% a mistake. That's all it was. And Josh will happily punish that.
Yeah, it was honestly just a very good decision from Josh to let that go. Now, this is, once again, potentially tournament point for Josh. He only needs this one win right here to close this out. Murko is going to have to win, 2 in a row, which is not going to be easy given how Raichu's been adapting so well at just playing this Eren in this matchup, just making it harder for Murko to actually play his game as confidently as he has been before the reset.
Oh, instant jump kick, teleport. Oh, haven't seen that combo in years.
Just the meatiest of things, a classic Scorpion right there, just instant jump kick, teleport. Holding that Scud Shot to bait the teleport, but a punish on the counter poke. Murko completely ready for it. He's going to end in the 2-1 into the straight spear, 34% right here because of that burning spear buff. Okay, now this is a great position for Josh, actually, if he was going to constantly use down Peacemaker, right? Just because it's going to push him back. And he's going to constantly be able to recycle that situation where he's going to be able to make you block and then put into a guess state and then push him back.
But once more, this mobility coming out from Murko. Didn't fully believe in that jump in, didn't see anything input from it. Carton, good chip. Ooh. Always having to show respect just on the off chance that Murko teleports, but it's more likely he might not commit without the meter. Big neutral jump. So much damage over time.
Okay, Josh with a down 4 check, dash up into the counter toss. He doesn't have the meter. That would have been enough to kill, but the flawless block on the up 3, not enough, but back 2 low Peacemaker. Really cheeky mix right there, and a lot less risky than back 2 slide. Worked out perfectly for Josh, who is now on set point, tournament point, right here against Rise Murko.
Oh my lord, he knew the empty jump into the punish short hop. Murko loves to flawless block those jump ins.
Definitely, but getting clipped by the full back 2 string, he's going to get himself thrown in the corner. We're definitely seeing the bar spin over here for a cheeky 26%. Now Josh gets the drop kick. Knows Murko's going to be squirming out. Roll again. Drop kick working out for him. Low Peacemaker. Oh, this is looking rough for Murko. And that is that. CGL JoshTQ taking it 3-1 after the reset over Rise Murko is your champion for the EU West Pro Competition Intercontinental Combat Top 8 Week 6. That was a mouthful.
Hey, got there in the end though, didn't we, mate?
Yeah.
It was a really fun grand final.
It was amazing.
Josh, these moments of greatness, which has allowed, I think, Josh to really ascend in the competitive circuit. Yeah, and we've been saying this about this player for a long time, is that this is the kind of player that has just gone from strength to strength. You know, this is a player that